Welcome everybody to the LIPSEY'S Aim Higher podcast. I'm Rob Abrazino. This is Jason Kloster, and we've got we got all the important people right here at this podcast today. From Q, we've got Kevin Brittingham and Jordan Porter. How you guys doing?
Great, man. How are you doing?
Awesome.
Well, thanks.
Better that you guys are here. I've been looking forward to this one, man.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
You got some tough questions?
We'll see. If you we'll see how you behave. Okay.
No problem.
No, it's a pleasure to meet you. I have not. You and I have not met yet. So.
No, pleasure to meet you as well.
So we were just talking a second ago, but if you want, it's up to you. But we could talk just a little history snippet on Q and maybe kind of present day and maybe a little bit about what's happening with the future. We've got a new exclusive with you. We've got some big news at the show we're going to cover. So, but yeah, if you want, just give a little background for anyone who kind of may not know.
Okay. Well, going way back, 1994, I started Advanced Armament Corporation.
Right.
Sold that to Remington in 2009.
Yep.
Worked there a couple years. Didn't work a couple years. Went to SIG for a couple years in 2012 or so. And, SIG was growing a lot, and it really wasn't the thing I wanted to be doing. And so myself and 4 or 5 other engineers from SIG decided to start Q.
Yeah.
We wanted to do some new innovative things that were, that SIG really wasn't interested in at the time.
Right.
They weren't a bolt gun company. We wanted to do the fixed rifle. We wanted to create some new capabilities. We had done 300 blackout at Advanced Armament. And, and that's led us here to do an 8.6 blackout. We weren't even going to do the Honey Badger originally. And that was so famous with Call of Duty.
Yeah, absolutely.
That we decided to do a run of Honey Badgers.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be 200 to 500 guns, and I don't know how many thousands of them we sell a year now. 10 years later.
Our most popular SKU.
Yeah, it's an iconic gun now.
There's you mentioned the
Call
word,
of Duty.
Yeah, you mentioned the word innovator, which is a buzzword and disruptor, things like that. But absolutely, this company personifies those words. It really does. I mean, we talk about from the names of the guns to the stickers to the just the designs. Everything is just unbelievable, man. I mean, we're always looking at it. I mean, Jason, we're all big fans.
We're big fans.
Yeah. But I think that's really cool. It's cool. It's not just in words, but really in action and in the products that you guys have.
100%.
Well, it's not accepting industry norms either
at all.
And saying,
Zero.
here's a 90-degree bolt throw, 2-lug action. Let's go build our version of that. And I love how they start with a clean piece of paper and think outside of the traditional boxes there.
We could talk for an hour. I'd love to pick your brain on just how you just keep pushing those boundaries. You know what I mean? And
I think for us with the company, we were really true to myself and the engineers. We're going to do another company, and Ethan Lassard's the head of my engineering. He was all the way back at Advanced Armament, and our real interest and what inspires us, I think, and drives us. It's just the innovation.
Yeah.
We have to sell product. That's the thing that pays for everything else.
Right.
But I think it's not, we didn't set out to become the biggest gun company or the richest guys or, we wanted to be the most innovative and the highest quality company. And that's an aspiration, I think a lifetime aspiration. We're going to work hard every day trying to pay that rent.
Right.
And it's nice for it. I think what you see with Q is different. Our industry, in my opinion, has always been behind in a lot of ways, marketing and stuff like this. And it was never inspiring to me. So I wanted to do something that was who we are. And I think we're very transparent in that way. And pushing the boundaries, that's all we want to do.
Right.
I don't think any of us, the core group, has any interest in just making a 9mm handgun and just building AR-15s.
Yeah. Well, it even started with the name. I remember when I heard Q and I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. But that's I think exactly what made sense.
I think I've gotten lucky with marketing a lot over the last 33 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot's by design too, though. Don't sell yourself short, because I'm a marketing guy, and it's cool, it's impressive. I mean,
thank you.
You don't have boundaries up. We're a lot of companies are bound a little bit more. We're bound to some degree. But I mean, you guys let it fly. I love it. I think it's cool.
I think it's keeping control of the company, and we don't have to answer to anyone. Allows us a freedom that most people and most companies don't have.
Yeah.
It's we don't have to worry about offending people
Right.
or conforming to anything.
Sure.
And I think that really now, having social media, it's interesting in my career, 33 years ago, and you can't imagine this, Jordan, but 33 years ago, I had to do printed ads and go to shows to talk to our customers, and that was the only way. And now with social media, it's so easy to reach everyone in the world.
Yeah.
And I don't understand companies in an industry marketing alike and, not trying to be different.
Right.
To stand out. You think about like guerrilla warfare,
Right.
guerrilla marketing.
Right.
It's impactful.
Yeah.
And I don't have aspirations to sell the company to someone else or anything like that.
Sure.
So I think it's a lot of freedom for us that most companies don't have, because we don't have to conform or worry about the future or investors or the bank. And so I think it allows us to do a lot of exciting things. And I think that's become our culture, and you see it snowballing now.
Yeah.
And, I have high expectations of everyone, from Jordan to the engineers to everyone at the company.
Yeah.
And I think it's also interesting, at 19, for the first 10 years, I had one employee.
Right.
So I have to do every job.
Yeah.
And so, we have 2 facilities now and about to build a 3rd. I don't have an office.
Yeah.
I don't own a computer. I go to meetings during the day, and I walk around and talk to everyone at the company every day.
Yeah.
And because, it's easy for me to appreciate the guy that has the worst job, like bead blasting,
Right.
doing some of the shipping and receiving,
Right.
Because I had to do it all.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you mentioned exciting. We do have something exciting in the booth today, and for the whole show, not just today, but it's our new exclusive.
Yeah, let me grab it.
Let's dive into this thing because it's fine. This thing's been handled quite a bit.
I don't know if you can see it real well, but
I'll let Jason kind of run through it, or both of you guys can kind of run through it if you want to. But this is
so this is something we've kind of collaborated on for a while now. And we really wanted to do something that was cool, not just another Me Too type deal. And we've always loved the camo pattern that they've kind of adopted and used on a lot of their drops and stuff like that.
Yep.
And we really, when we saw it on a gun, we're like, God damn, it looks good. We really need to look at doing that.
Yeah.
And all of us at LIPSEY'S are like huge fans of the minifix. I mean, a lot of us have them, and that's kind of our main hunting rifles. And the 6 Arc has really been taking off this year. You're seeing tons of ammunition being offered for it from manufacturers. So I think it's really coming out. And in a bolt gun, you don't worry about the magazine issues as much as you do in the AR stuff. So this is a great platform for that cartridge. And so we wanted to do that. We did the proof barrel, the 18-inch proof on there. These guns are light. They shoot lights out. They got the full-length rails. We want to put thermals on here. Can't think of a better pig hunting gun at night and stuff just to mess around with.
Yeah, we have one rigged up.
Coyote guns.
We have one rigged up over there that looks really cool.
Yeah, and so once you start hunting with these, it's funny, man. My kids, I got my middle son, Evan, he's 17. And every time he's like, "You're bringing the minifix, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So, and then I'll go in there and he'll be we're going to go out to the hunt. He's always grabbing that rifle case. I'm like, "Dude, that's my rifle, man." And he's like, "Not today, Dad." And it's just like, but he loves that thing. And so, anyways, it's a cool gun. It's a great collaboration that we start getting them next month. Yeah. So we're really excited about it, and obviously this is maybe just the start of a platform that we can do more with in the future. So
I always say, like, when I get to go to the range, like, marketing and get to shoot free ammo, I always find myself shooting the minifix the most.
Yeah.
No recoil.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah,
Right.
and then 300 blackout, it's fun. And the 6 Arc in this gun is the same recoil to me as 223.
Oh, absolutely.
You get that great 6mm bullet.
Yeah. I've actually got a 223 barrel for my gun as well, and you cannot tell a difference.
Yeah.
You just really can. And those 108 grain ELDMs, man, they're killer bullets, man.
Yeah.
They work really, really good. But awesome gun. I think these are going to be a home run. We've had a ton of people coming and wanting to put orders in at the show.
Yep.
So this is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Be a real good one. But I'll tell you what, though, there's another big news at the show.
Yeah.
You guys had a pretty little good announcement from Sammy this week.
Yeah, we sure did. Monday, it was officially adopted by Sammy. So, it's been standardized, and now, you're going to see ammo from Federal, Nosler. I bet we'll see it from Hornady eventually. Barnes has already been over at the booth. and so has Sierra. So, you know, a lot of companies were just waiting on that.
Yeah,
And that's going to be such a big push for this because the ammo has been the tough thing. You know?
8.6 Blackout has been probably the most talked about cartridge for us from dealers and end users in the last 3 years. And everybody's just been waiting for that day when it's just in more of an over-the-counter type proposition.
Yeah.
You don't have to go order it from someplace, especially for subs and stuff like that. And now I think you're going to see a ton of innovation going towards that. And look, Kevin, hats off to you for really introducing the world to rotational energy. I mean, it's a thing, and it's not marketing. We've seen it. I know nobody in the world's seen it more than you.
Yes.
I mean, you've killed half the world with 8.6.
Killed a lot of animals with it. Well, you know, I think it's our passion for work, and I mean, this is my 33rd year. I still don't set an alarm to wake up in the morning, and I get up every morning, and I cannot wait to get to work. Well, I live in Africa half the time now, but when I'm here, I'm at work every day. I love it, and that's the passion that a lot of our, you know, the entire company for the most part has. But, you know, it's so great because we want to do the whole job in every product. And you know, we only started chasing fast twists originally with 300 Blackout to get subsonic dispersion less. So we're trying to shoot tighter groups with subsonic. And that just led to us doing the full job, doing all the testing. And then you start shooting gel, and then we have to see what happens with the supersonic. And we see like much greater performance with the fast twist and 300 Blackout than with the slower twist in gel. So it looked more like a 308. And the same thing happened with 8.6. You know, we do the subsonic, we're working on dispersion, and then we see, okay, subsonic bullets expand more reliably in a rifle bullet. Now they expand immediately. And then you get all this more cutting surface with a fast twist. And, you know, the supersonic gel tests look like 300 Win Mag.
Yeah.
And I've shot so many animals now, you're talking about with 8.6 in Africa, and I've tested a lot of bullets for a lot of companies. I can tell on impact if the bullet expanded or not because of the reaction of the animal. And that's only because of like that initial wound cavity and the additional trauma that fast twist is causing. But, you know, again, we just learned that doing the full test because we're really just chasing accuracy.
Right.
And this was a byproduct.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty exciting. So you see it now. So as we come out with the Mega Fix and 300 Win Mag, you know, 16-inch barrels, what I want in mine. So that'll be a faster twist than normal.
Yeah. Right.
So it's great. You can have a smaller, lighter gun with greater lethality.
Yeah. Well, and you don't lose, you know, the rotation of the bullet, that energy that's creating doesn't diminish like linear velocity and energy.
Well, fast twist also gives you better penetration. So you get more penetration with fast twist than with a slower twist.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing that no one ever, you know, in almost 200 years of metallic cartridge, no one has done it.
Right.
So, I mean, that's...
Well,
but, you know, we found it by accident.
Yeah, it really, but that's because you guys probably test more than any company that I know of. I know when the visits we've been up there, we'll go, they'll take us out to the range and to go shoot whatever we were messing with that day. And you always have engineers out there shooting. And I was so impressed with the mound of 8.6 brass that was out there. I was like, holy God.
It's always tough to like try to schedule a range visit.
I know.
The engineers are out there getting after it, and I don't want to stop those guys. Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, man, you guys are testing like crazy on this stuff. And so it's really impressive, Kevin. I mean,
thank you.
It's cool that you guys are finding new things. I mean, just about the time when you think we've hit the pinnacle of, you know, shoulder-fired weapons, where like, what else can we possibly do? Then you kind of find this whole new, no pun intended, twist to it, you know, and all of a sudden, okay, now we can get a gain without having to increase powder, without having to increase recoil and everything else. It's allowing smaller cartridges to be more lethal.
Yes.
That's a bonus.
Yeah, since 9/11, bullet technology has come a long way. There's been a lot of effort and resource put into it. And you think with 8.6, like that's cost me in our company millions of dollars to develop. We've spent millions of dollars just in ammo.
Yeah.
And, you know, I get no money from ammo. Like, you know, once it's submitted to SAMI, you can't even own the name.
Right.
So we get no royalties. And it's amazing how much pushback after success with 300 Blackout, and then all the work we've done in 8.6, how manufacturers are still hesitant to get on there until SAMI approves it. But, you know, and for me, we do all this work, and it's just given to ammo companies that actually make all the money.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, I would argue that with 8.6, it's Ethan and myself and the other engineers. We get nothing for it other than it's part of a new system that we're developing for a new capability. But I would argue that 6.5 Creedmoor in the last 20, 30 years has been one of the most successful cartridges introduced.
Absolutely.
Then 300 Blackout and 8.6.
Yeah.
There were no major manufacturers making ammo, and we've sold probably I don't know north of 10,000 guns in 8.6, and with no ammo.
Yeah, with no ammo.
And so I
That's
think
crazy.
with subsonic hunting, and this gives you a real capability.
Yeah.
You can kill everything on the planet, every mammal on the planet with 8.6 subsonic. And that's not true for 300 Blackout. 300 Blackout was the best 30 caliber cartridge we can fit into an AR that would be super in sub.
Yeah.
But it's borderline for a lot of things.
Sure.
But 8.6,
Different
the
animal.
lethality is far different, and the range you get is far different.
Yeah, that's what's impressed me too, because we were in Africa with another manufacturer, and Kevin was up there at the same time, and we were talking to some of his guys that were out there, and one of them had just shot, I think it was a fallow deer, like 350 yards with a subsonic 8.6.
Yeah.
And I mean, the idea of 350 yards with a subsonic
It's incredible.
I was like, wow. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just things that we would never would have considered.
Yeah.
with,
and what you can do with short barrels now too, fast twist helps all that. So you don't, if people are honest about what they do, if you're not going to shoot a deer over 400 yards, you can have a 308 with a 12-inch barrel.
Right.
You don't need a long barrel for that.
Right.
And that gives you a smaller, lighter gun. So if you do a lot of hunting in the bush, it's important. And I think some earlier comments about improving weapons, the real benefits we can get now are based on probably new materials and new manufacturing methods. 3D printing is
Sure.
an obvious one.
That'll
with
be a
that.
big one.
Yeah.
But materials, like for instance, the boombox are like small frame 308 base gun and 8.6 also that we've done. That gun is with a 16-inch barrel 6 pounds, and we couldn't have done it without. We use C350 for the barrel extension bolt and extractor, and that material only came about a few years ago.
Yeah.
So we couldn't have even built the gun 10 years ago when we started.
Right.
And that's a huge difference. We cut the weight by a third. So
it's an impressive gun.
yeah, it's a great gun.
Yeah.
We have a documentary we just launched on our YouTube channel. It's a 4-part series. We filmed for 3.5 years the development of it.
Oh, wow.
Showing what we did, because the gun looks like an AR, so people think, oh, it's an expensive AR.
Yeah.
The trials and tribulations of building that gun and getting a gun that light, because until you build a gun that's that light, you don't realize these problems exist.
Yeah.
Like we had to redo a charging handle system because a mil-spec one with a gun that light won't stay latched. And there's 10 different things like that in that gun that
You
just
fix
took
one
us
problem and it causes 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you don't know until you start testing all those boundaries what you're going to have to do to
It'll
make
be
it work.
interesting to see, because you mentioned 6.5 Creedmoor and how, whether people love to hate 6.5 Creedmoor, you can't deny the fact that it changed the way the industry looked at ballistic coefficient and how they design bullets. I mean, every ammo manufacturer in this building is introducing a new high BC, low drag style bullet, and that's because of the 6.5 Creedmoor. And it'll be interesting to see, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, how those things change with twist rates being faster, how 8.6 will do that same thing. I think it'll be very similar in how it affects long-term how the industry looks at projectiles, cartridge design, and stuff like that. It's a really neat deal. We're all in on 8.6.
That's great.
I think to a point you made earlier, like, whitetail hunters hunting with a 24-inch barrel, like, silly, yeah. But like you go to hunting camps now, and like, I truly think it's because of us. You're starting to see 16-inch guns, 12-inch guns now. So like, 10 years from now,
I gotta tell you, this is a no BS story. This just happened. So at our hunting camp, we've got like 10 members at our hunting camp. Typical Southwest Mississippi deer camp. And one of the guys' son-in-law came up. And he hunted. He's a very new hunter.
Yeah.
But he's in his early 30s. He came out, and after the morning hunt, we're all sitting around bullshitting about guns or whatever. And I was like, I asked the guy, I said, hey, what you hunting with? And he goes, I don't know, you might not heard of this. It's a Q rifle. And I was like, really? I said, what you got? He goes, it's a fix. I was like, cool. He goes, an 8.6 Blackout. I'm like, are you serious? He goes, yeah, I did the research, man. It's like, it's what you should hunt with. And I said, what do you, I said, what do you, it's got a 12-inch barrel. And I said, I'm running a pork chop on it, and I've got a 1 to 10 low power variable on there.
Perfect
I'm
setup
like,
for
dude,
whitetail.
Yeah, I'm like, I couldn't have scripted out more perfect. You have to ask Dale about it, because he was sitting there listening. Because we were both looking at each other going, here's a guy that was just.
Did he shoot something with
He didn't shoot anything that weekend. He didn't see one. But it was crazy, though, because here's a guy who wasn't a big hunter, didn't have a lot of experience, didn't grow up hunting, but he just went out and he kind of did the research and came to the conclusion that was the perfect whitetail setup. That's what he bought. And
That's cool.
he had $7,000 worth of stuff there as a new hunter, but he's like, I'm done. I'm not buying another gun.
I have the gun.
Yeah, he had the gun.
Yeah.
It was just, it amazed me. In a million years, I never was expecting him to say he had a Q short barrel rifle 8.6.
For the South or East Coast, I don't think there's a better gun than the 12-inch 8.6, because you can go super and sub with it. It's compact, lightweight, and the style of hunting that we do on the East Coast, being in blinds or climbing a tree or whatever, is so much more convenient and easier to use.
Yeah.
And you can have a short gun with a silencer, which is wonderful.
Sure.
Subsonic hunting, I think, will continue down this road. I think we're very inspired by it in general, and when there's new cartridges like this that make sense, we'll continue to do development on them. But I think 8.6 changes hunting, and the fix changes a lot of things with bolt action rifles.
I agree.
What else do you see kind of on the horizon for Q? This is big news with the 8.6. This is
that's wonderful.
This is the present and the future. But what other things are you working on, or that you can divulge? I guess
Well, we're pretty open about everything.
Yeah.
So I think this year we're very committed to finishing the Mega Fix line. So all the calibers, every caliber has its own specific mag. Because that's kind of an Achilles heel for feeding, and a lot of guns that are on the market now is trying to use one magazine for lots of calibers.
Yeah.
And so we're going to finish that line. There'll be African cartridges and some of 7 PRC, 7 backcountry, 300 Win Mag, traditional like West Coast hunting cartridges that are great. So I want that done, and every configuration of the boombox, because the boombox, we brought out as a little 8.6 semi-auto gun, which is great, but 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, 6 Creedmoor, and 2 and 3 barrel links, and 2 stock configurations in every caliber.
Yeah.
Nice. So I think that's the goal for this year, and then we're really going to work on the silencer line this year.
Yeah.
Growing that for obvious reasons, and what I want as of now, which I reserve the right to change my mind, but after the guys get this done, there's 2 projects. One will be a bigger fix. So I don't know what it's called yet. It's got to be bigger than Mega. So for 338 Lapua, stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
And then, and that's another military-based product. And the military business is really taking off for us now.
Yeah.
But what I really want to do is build the best American 22 bolt action rifle.
Cool.
Nice.
A little micro fix that is the proper size. We start from the ground up and do it. And it's a good break, I think, for the main core group of engineers, because a lot of the stuff that we've developed the last 10 years, it's been military based, and that's just kind of a different stress.
Right.
And we're not in the 22 market, which is huge, and it'll be a gun at a price point that we're not at as well.
Kind of a gateway for people.
Yeah, and we just all love 22 long rifles. Silence 22 long rifle is about the greatest thing in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So in Europe, there's a lot of great 22 rifles, and I feel like we don't have much innovation in that space in America. Like, America traditionally thinks a 22 rifle should cost $200.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So it limits you on features of a gun.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think we can do something super compact and lightweight that has all the great features of the fix, but be a premium 22 that's affordable.
That's cool.
I like it. You got a aggressive but attainable agenda, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
I like it. We like working.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Look, I'm so glad you guys stopped by and made a little time for us today. So, Jordan, where can everybody find you guys online and social media and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, our website is liveqr.com. We just launched a beautiful new website.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, a lot of man hours went
It
into
is.
making
I'm
that.
on it right now, as a matter of fact.
it's
I was perusing a minute
cool.
ago. It's
Yeah.
I really don't expect less, frankly, but yeah, it's nice.
And then on the socials, unpossible_by_Q. So
Well, they're not hard to find anyways, but, you know, go check them out online. And, again, guys, really thank you for coming by.
Yeah.
It was great to have a conversation with you.
Thanks for the partnership and everything and having us. It's great.
Yep, you know where to find Q, and you know where to find Lipsey's at Lipsey's Guns on it. Man, I've been talking all day. On all the social medias. And until next time, aim higher.